Yeah, I suck at MX Simulator. Just wanted to get that out there, say that it is true. I don't know if you guys remember, but in my first Road to Anaheim 1 video, I'm pretty sure I said my goal was to make all the main events this year. Well, so far there's been 4 main events and I've been in one of them, and in that main event, I finished in last. So I think it's safe to say that I had a little bit of unrealistic expectations for myself. And that's the reason why I haven't had any videos since the series started, is because I've been so disappointed in myself and how I've been riding. But I feel like my riding has actually gotten better now in the last few weeks to where I can actually share a video with you guys. So I figure I'd take you guys through kind of my races and what has been going on from my perspective and why I have not been performing very well in these professional races. So what you'll be watching in the background is actually I was racing against the last 250 main event demo from Anaheim 2. I got the demo from that. I wasn't actually in the main event, but I got the demo and I decided to ride with it. I wasn't really focused on what positioning I was in. I was more focusing on just trying to hit my marks and try to set fast times. I actually spoke to Braden Carter not that long ago, and he suggested racing against the demos and just focusing on trying to get my speed up as good as I can, and then after you have that speed, just kind of work on your consistency. And I'm still working on getting that speed and being comfortable with a higher level, but I definitely have noticed that with this setup that I'm running, that I feel more comfortable on the track as it gets rougher, as the ruts form. Whereas beforehand it used to be to where I would be comfortable on the smooth track, but then get uncomfortable when the track got rough. And it's kind of flip-flopped. So now I'm getting to the point where I need to make it through the beginning of the race and not slide out or make any stupid mistakes on a smooth track, so that way I can actually ride good when the track starts getting rough. So you're just watching me riding. I wasn't riding very good. I was actually listening to a podcast in the background, just trying to get some footage for you guys so I can talk. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Anaheim 1 and what happened there. So I actually, Natalie and I have been in the process of moving. We bought a house and we're dealing with that and trying to organize moving, and then I caught COVID as we were getting ready to move, so we had to move everything by ourselves, and we had a bunch of work to do to the house before we moved. So life has been pretty chaotic, and it's just now finally starting to calm down. So that has had a major effect on how much time I've actually spent playing the game. Like coming up to Anaheim 1, I was focusing on getting the SYS team edit done. We did the riding for that on a Thursday night, and I did not play MX Sim again until the race night, which was almost a week later on Wednesday. And that round I was just feeling terrible. I never found a flow on that track. I never turned what I thought was actually a good lap time. I ended up qualifying 41st, but then one person didn't make it into the server for some reason, so I actually got in through the last spot into the heat races, and I rode terrible. I never found a flow. I didn't get a great start and never was anywhere near a qualifying spot. I actually got stuck on the stupid wall, not the wall, but the over-under bridge. I got stuck on that. It was like 20 seconds behind 19th in last place. So that was just a terrible round for me. Coming in, and then the LCQ, I didn't ride great either. It was never really close to a qualifying spot either. So Anaheim 1 was kind of a big eye-opener to me that I wasn't going to be able to just play on race night and get away with it. I was going to need to actually do some riding in between the rounds, and unfortunately I wasn't really able to do that before Oakland. I might have played a day or two in between the races, but the Oakland track, I found a flow on pretty quickly and was able to pick up the lines and actually turned a decent lap time. It was a lot. I haven't qualified better than 30th so far, but I was more comfortably inside the top 40 at Oakland. And in the heat race, I got a bad start, but actually was working my way up to where I got a decent gate pick for the LCQ. And in the LCQ, I qualified through the 4th spot. And honestly, I don't feel like I deserve that. I crashed quite a bit in that LCQ and wasn't riding very good, but everybody else was crashing too, so just by circumstance, I was able to be in that position to qualify. I was in 4th in the last lap with a little gap and was really nervous and just hitting easy lines, and I ended up making it into the main event. The main event came around. I got a crappy start. It seems like whenever there's people down in the first corner, I'm one of them. I don't know what is going on with my starts on a 250. I used to be great at starts on a 450, but it's never translated onto a 250, and I need to get that figured out, or else I don't know what's going to happen, because I keep crashing in the first parts of these races, and it's driving me crazy, to be totally honest. So yeah, Oakland, I didn't ride very good. I didn't quit. I actually was kind of near the top 15, and then started making some mistakes at the end and drifted back to last. And I was kind of amazed, like there was battles all the way back to 22nd place. People don't give up like they used to. Like I'm used to maybe one or two people leaving and rage quitting every race. So it's kind of weird to me to finish in 22nd. I didn't quit. So yeah, it's just something that I'm still getting used to. The level of competition is so much higher than when the last time was that I raced seriously, which is crazy because it was only a couple of years ago, really. Yeah, moving on to San Diego, it would be round 3. I actually didn't care for the track, but I actually was riding okay. I didn't feel terrible. I just wasn't as consistent on the track as I was at Oakland, and therefore I didn't really have a decent chance. The heat race was garbage again. And then the LCQ, I was actually close, but then I crashed in the whoop section 2 laps in a row, and that just basically ruined any chances that I might have had at making it. So that round was kind of a disappointment. I was hoping that Oakland wasn't a fluke and I get in the main event, but no such luck there. Now coming into Anaheim 2, which was round 4, which was this last week, I actually felt really good on that track. Found a nice quick flow. I actually turned, I think I qualified 30th, which was my best so far, but I turned multiple lap times right around my qualifying time. I turned like 4 or 5 really good solid laps that I was proud of, and usually I can't do that. Usually in qualifying I'm lucky to get my one quick lap and then a few laps like within a few seconds of that, whereas this week it was within a few tenths of my fast lap is what I was able to turn. So going into the heat races I was actually pretty confident, and I can't remember exactly what happened in the heat race, but I ended up crashing and was making some mistakes and didn't get in, so I just focused on trying to get a good gate pick for the LCQ. And coming into the LCQ, I managed to avoid the first turn chaos and was right up in the transfer spot. I was in transfer spot and should have transferred absolutely no problem, but I made a mistake on my own, and then on the very last lap I was in 4th place and the guy in 5th came up around my outside and somehow I crashed. I slid out and was facing backwards and he got going before me. At that point he had a gap on me and I was back to 6th, and then I cased something in the rhythm section and got legs off. So that was all she wrote. I ended up finishing 6th, and I feel like that might be the most frustrating LCQ not transferred that I've ever had. Knowing that you're so close yet you still aren't going to be in the main event. It's really frustrating. I would rather just get last than to do that, I think. So yeah, so it hasn't been the ideal season so far, but as we are moved in now, I have a little bit more free time. I'm still doing graphic design stuff on the side and various other things, so I have more time to play the game. Like I've been playing the demos a little bit, just trying to work on my speed. So I'm going to try to keep doing that as much as I can and just try to get better. Like I said, I feel more comfortable now as the track gets rough. So if I can focus on just not crashing on a smooth track and being able to be consistent, I feel like I'll be good. I've also been struggling with the whoop section a little bit, just the way they've been shaping them this year. It's weird and it's different than what they normally do, I feel like. So I'm trying to adapt to that. It actually works better if I hit them faster, but then if I do make a mistake, there's no saving it because I'm going so fast. So it's kind of a give and take, and I'm trying to find that balance. But yeah, hopefully I'm able to ride better in the races, and as a result you'll be able to see more videos from me and less sucking. So also, as far as virtual laps go, like I was going to try to make all 17 virtual laps this year, but that failed pretty quickly. I just didn't have time because of other things like I explained earlier. So maybe I'll try to make a few more as I have a little more time, but I'm also trying to focus on actually making main events and enjoying the game and not hating it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.